Is that Sundemir? Are we back before the Star Wars Riseway was even built?
Most of the students who lost their synchronous status in those force sync trials decided to return home. All but one. She told me it wasn't that she'd lost the Exostrider. The Exostrider had lost her. She said she designed a revolutionary transport method. A rocket piercing the sky. A way to bridge that sky and the Earth. This was the day she tested it. Her first crewed flight.
Then that wasn't a falling star. It was...
a spacecraft. Carrying the most brilliant student I've ever known.
To Sundemir Lookout. Professor, can you hear me?
Yes.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge solaskin. I'll snap a picture for you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Professor? You don't sound like your usual self. Are those investors giving you a hard time again?
No, it's not that. I haven't slept much lately. I'm a little tired, that's all.
Professor, do you trust us?
Hey,
remember that old Huanglong saying? Know the way at dawn and, something at dusk? Ugh, it went right out of my head.
I can't remember it either.
That's okay. I'll look it up and tell you the second the experiment is over. Talk to you soon.
Rover. From the way it fell, void matter must have pierced the shielding mid-flight. But if we'd reinforced the coating... What kind of civilization do you think built the Exostrider? If they were that advanced, do you think they'd already defeated the Threnodians? Overcome the Lament? But before they reached the stars, they must have fallen too. Again and again. Go. Be our eyes. Walk with humanity. Please, give this to our teacher. Humanity's smallest step. And everything we had to give.
This isn't good. Lucilla! Lucilla, wait! Lucilla, your emotions are affecting this domain. It's dangerous.
Staying here is the real danger. Oh, we have to leave. Almost there. As long as we keep moving upward, we'll find the way out.
So this is why you wouldn't tell me what your plan was. This way out you've been building for the Synchronists. It's just a dead end, isn't it?
I don't want the new Federation to lay their dirty hands on my students. But the more I think about it rationally, the more I realize I can't reject their offer. Because on what grounds can I propose a plan that might kill them?
I think I know why that girl trapped you here.
What?
You're terrified that your proposal will be their end. You're afraid because you know they'll support any plan you bring to the table. Because you're their teacher. Because no one in this world understands them the way you do.
Another lesson from my own student. Huh. See you later, Rover. I hope humanity can soar even higher.
I hope humanity can venture even farther.
I hope humanity can weather any storm.
Professor, what's your dream? My dream? My dream is simply to see all of yours come true. See you later, Professor. Let's go. Together this time. Memories take shape. I protect. I inscribe. I witness every instant.
Professor, can you hear me?
I hear you. Loud and clear.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge solaskin.
Yes, I see it too. You're right. It's absolutely huge.
Great. I thought you weren't gonna believe me. Right. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Was that girl another one of your students?
She is every memory I have of this academy. She is every one of my students.
We've come all this way, and I still don't know what your plan actually is.
That's okay. Everyone's about to find out.
Tired?
That was an excited yawn, Rover.
Rover, where are you and Lucilla? The other panelists have all taken their seats. The students, too. Can we really trust this plan of hers? Anyway, I'm leaving the speech to you.
Then we'll face it together. See you later, Professor.
President Lucilla, I'm Cameron, Permanent Secretary of the Space Trek Collective Board. By appointment of the Board, and on behalf of the Investors Conference, I hereby convene this second special inquiry concerning the synchronous program of Star Torch Academy. Pursuant to Article 12 of the Space Trek Collective Charter, President Lucilla, you may now raise any procedural objections regarding the attendees, the agenda, or the draft of this session.
I would like to know the national composition of this review panel, Miss Cameron.
This panel consists of 10 members, all from the new Federation. 5 serve as special representatives, and of the remaining 4 permanent board members, 2 have abstained and delegated their voting rights to the Federation. Additionally, we have Mr. Alto, attending as independent auditor on behalf of the Blackshores.
Then, Ms. Cameron, I believe the current composition of this panel fails to comply with charter regulations governing review committees.
According to the regulations, any participant authorized by a board member shall be deemed to hold the same nationality as that member. The panel's composition is perfectly valid.
Pardon the interruption. If that's the case, then Rover, currently a student at Rebel College, can also be considered a panelist appointed by the Black Shores. Here's the paperwork.
Welcome, Rover.
I have no further questions, Ms. Cameron.
Then, per the agenda, I will now relay the investors' resolution following our previous inquiry. Given that the loss of the Exostrider constitutes a de facto failure of the program, our immediate priority is to establish a compensation plan for the affected assets and students. Furthermore, the board directs that the synchronous program must be terminated immediately, or at minimum suspended.
My stance remains unchanged, Ms. Cameron. I intend to continue the program.
We require a justification.
Panelists, this is a theoretical prototype for a shield designed to counter retroact rain, created by one of our synchronists. This prototype significantly accelerated the development of Jinzhou's own defenses. It saved countless lives during the war against the Threnodian Overthrax. And yet, the material used in this prototype was originally nothing more than discarded scrap from one of the engineering department's experiments. It was only because its designer was a synchronist, educated in engineering, void matter, and even meteorology, that this material found a second life.
You seem to be arguing for the superiority of general education for the Synchronists, President Lucilla. However, general education isn't even included in the program's white paper. I fail to see a link between that and advancing the Synchronist program. The shield is an impressive surprise, but given the cost of gambling on such a slim probability, the cost-effectiveness is simply too low.
Ms. Cameron, panelists, how exactly are we meant to measure the cost-effectiveness of failure? As you can see, this shattered component comes from a failed experiment. One that was not even recorded in the Collective's official gazette. A synchronist gave her life as the price for validating her theory. 15 months later, this very component became the final piece for the construction of the Star Ward Riseway, the bridge between Lahaiwoi's Earth and the sky. Humanity does not always set out for the sake of victory, Ms. Cameron. Our synchronists know from the day they enroll. No one knows when the Exostrider will awaken, and the odds that they'll be the one to pilot it are slim. Yet they come anyway. They march toward likely failure from the very start. So I ask you, can you truly say that such failure has no value? And how can we call that a failure of the Synchronists, when the Exostrider was the one who banished LF-1 from our world?
Secretary Cameron, the Black Shores representative requests the floor.
Proceed.
On the subject of unforeseen benefits from the program, we find ourselves in agreement with President Lucilla. This is a set of disclosable data we've just compiled. A significant proportion of current Black Shore members came from Star Torch Academy. These Bloom Bearers demonstrate exceptional capability, talent, and resolve, traits most prominent among the Synchronists. Furthermore, the Synchronists serve as role models for other students. I believe Rover is better suited to speak on that.
The Synchronist program is a search for a way out for our civilization. When we believed the Exostrider was the only route, then those fit to pilot it were the Synchronists. Now that the Exostrider is no longer a viable option, the ones fit to search for a new way out are still our Synchronists.
Yes, which is why I must disagree with evaluating the Synchronist program purely in terms of cost-effectiveness. I urge investors to reconsider the criteria used to measure its value.
We require a discussion. This session is adjourned for 5 minutes.
Let them see your potential. Let them see your value. But is not enough.
President Lucilla, following the review panel's deliberation, we fully recognize the potential value of the Synchronists as an independent academic division, as well as their role model effect. However, as Rover stated, only those fit to shoulder the burden of finding a new way out deserve the title Synchronist. Therefore, we propose a compromise. Rebel College will be preserved, but all future training must be subject to the guidance and review of this panel. Let's both take a step back, shall we? President Lucilla.
This is it. The final fight, Lucilla. Take a deep breath. Keep your composure. And remember. Everything you regret. Everything that brings you joy. Everything you have lost. Everything you have witnessed. The answer you chase. The treasure you give everything to protect. No, that won't be necessary, Secretary Cameron. The Synchronists of today, they remain the closest thing this world has to a way out for our civilization. After our confrontation with Aleph 1, we recovered this audio recording from the interstellar probe Farwatcher.
It's nothing more than static.
Even so, it is the only legacy the pioneers of Solaris have left us. We are not alone, Secretary Cameron. Just as our ancestors took shelter in caves, just as Star Torch Academy was built in Lahairoi, just as humanity itself endures on Solaris, a brave soul took the first step to claim that future.
I fail to see what this has to do with the Synchronists.
Using Rebel College research, we can build vehicles driven entirely by augmented resonance. That means complete immunity to frequency interference. And the training our Synchronists undergo makes them the perfect pilots for these vessels.
But the Strider Gate has been sealed. Not to mention, whatever lies beyond can hardly be called a route.
Who said civilization's route to the future has to go down?
The stars.
President Lucilla, I'm sure you know, any instrument that nears the etheric sea.
I am well aware of that. However, by relying on augmented resonance effects, the Academy can overcome that barrier.
And if it fails, the cockpit becomes a coffin. Is that a chance you're willing to take?
This is our decision. If the answer lies beyond death, then that's where we go. Just wait and see. My brightest students will pierce the sky for all to see.
The car will be here soon. I could take it from here.
Thanks for everything, Alto. Really.
You! It was a long day. The kind you don't forget, though. Rover, can you pass a message to the president for me? After a speech like that, the outcome doesn't matter half as much. Anyway, chillax. Everything's gonna be all right. Well, catch you at the Black Shores, my friend.
Yeah. Till next time.
The lenses convert the reactor drive's light into storable energy.
I can give you a ride to the training coaster, but stay away from my sinker.
Professor, I admit there are a few errors.
Regret the testing ground again.
She is not here. She is likely still at the review hall.
Thank you. I'll look for her there.
I'm sorry.
What for?
If I had been more helpful, perhaps the outcome would have been more satisfying.
This was her battle. You and I have already done our best for her.
Go check on her.
Miss, I have a delivery for you. It's from Huanglong.
Huh? A package from Huanglong? What is it? What is it? Someone send you snacks?
It's a letter from Yang Yang.
Ah, from Yang Yang, huh? Yeah, that time of year, I guess.
There's also a whole box of treats for you.
Whoa! Yang Yang is the best! Ahem, I know that. Hello, you're looking at the maestro of sharing here. But hey, what did Yang Yang say in her letter? Huh? Yang Yang has a sister? Oh, what's she gonna be like? I can't take the suspense.
Let's write back and ask her. Need to find a place to write this letter.
Preparing for the test with Blade again. You two basically live in the archive at this point.
It's not like that. We just happen to get assigned to the same group.
Now, what should I write? After the Exostrider disappeared, the Space Trek Collective's investors even wanted to shut down Rebel College at one point. But President Lucilla fought them tooth and nail, and the faculty and students let their work speak for itself. In the end, they saved it. And they'll only keep reaching for the stars. Anything else I can add? What about you, Yang Yang? How have you been? Every letter you send makes me realize how far I've come from where I started. I know you must be working on your own goals while I've been away too. Next time we meet, let's trade stories. See what we've both made of ourselves. Yang Yang mentioned a dream. Ever since you woke me up, I've had many dreams of my own. Good dreams, bad dreams. Some slip away like the wind as soon as I wake. Others are seared into my heart for a long time. But they're just dreams. Scenes that never existed. Lingering notes that the present hasn't yet swept away. But that moment in the Gorges of Spirits, the first time we met, is a reality we share that no number of dreams could ever erase. Just like the name you gave me. Maybe I'm destined to rove endlessly, Maybe my journey is destined to be filled with the unknown. But that also means...
That also means... in countless tomorrows lie countless possibilities. Where our paths intertwine.
Hello? Yang Yang, you coming or what?
Huh? Oh yes, I'm coming!
Let me see. Once we pass through that checkpoint up ahead, that's Shuangfang territory. Didn't expect following those leads would take us all the way out here.
This is where those missing people were last reported.
And that's all thanks to you and that stream of yours, Yang Yang. If you hadn't connected all the dots, we'd still be running circles back in Jinzhou.
You're exaggerating, Chixia. According to the patroller's investigation reports, the victims all had reasons to travel to Mengzhou, and Xuanfang lies right along the only route there. Then none of them ever made it to Mengzhou, nor did they come back. But if memory serves, Xuanfang...
Come on, we'll find out what happened once we get there. I already filed for a warrant. Just gotta show the folks at the checkpoint the paperwork, and they should let us into the hold. Phew! This is my first time on a field op this far from home. Anyway, we're bringing those missing people back safe and sound. Right, Yang Yang?
Yes. Let's go.
By the way, what were you looking at back there all by yourself? I saw you smiling the whole time. You don't get that look on your face every day, you know?
Huh? I'm not usually that serious. Am I?
Ain't the same. Anybody with eyes can tell you a smile ain't just a smile. There's the smile you put on because you're supposed to, and the smile that comes from the heart. So what's got my Yang Yang smiling like that, I wonder?
Let's just focus on the mission, Chixia.
That's weird. Where is everybody? There should be guards stationed here.
Stay alert, Chixia. Something's not right, Chixia. Ready your weapon.
Yang Yang, are your birdie senses tingling or something?
TDs. 1. No, 2. They're coming from every direction.
That can't be right. This place is supposed to be...
Prepare for combat.
suppose these TDs took him out?
I'm not sure. There was something different about these TVs. The ones born in the wild don't usually form groups of this size.
They ain't coming from outside the city. Then that means it came from... Oh, bring it on!
Hey! Hot Storm, hear my command!
Are you alright? Just a scratch.
Shizuya, one of us has to make it back. Jinjo needs to know what's happening here.
Yang Yang! Yang Yang! What are you doing? Yang Yang! I feel empty. Long Whispers crisps, Wuthering cakes, honeysuckle bread. Desserts from Renacita and Lahai Roy are great and all, but the stuff from Huang Long is what really hits the spot. Now that I think about it, it's been ages since I've had crispy squab, Jinjo stew, long buns, poached chicken, candied caltrops, moon pearls. What else am I supposed to do? Blame Yang Yang for sending us those tasty snacks. They brought back all my great memories of Jinjo.
Point taken. It really has been a while since we visited Jinjo. Yang Yang hasn't written back yet. Yang Yang, Chixia, Baija, and even Jinshi. I wonder how everyone's doing. Things here at the Academy are wrapping up. Maybe now's a good time. And the thing we found inside that satellite? It might have something to do with the Court of Savante.
I know what you're gonna say. Let's go visit! We'll make it a surprise. Rising Long, starflakes, Jinjo Mao Tai, spicy pulled chicken.
Abby's completely lost in a fantasy world now. That's fine, I guess. I should let everyone at the Academy know before I leave for Jinjo.